Airlines have been caught selling you tickets to flights they know they can't operate. The US Department of Transportation calls this chronically delayed flights. They've started a crackdown on this. After the Southwest Airlines stranded 2 million passengers by canceling 17,000 flights, the Department of Transportation hit them with a fine, a lawsuit, totaling $750 million. But this begs two very big questions. First of all, how does the DOT determine that an airline is intentionally lying? And it's not just genuine delays. And the second question is, why do airlines even lie in the first place? Believe it or not, it all comes down to one minor defect in the engines. Sit down, let's talk about this. This is crazy. See, a chronically delayed flight is a flight route with at least 10 monthly trips where at least half of the times the flight arrives over 30 minutes late or is cancelled. And the DOT sees this unrealistic scheduling as literal fraud. Under federal law, on January 3rd, 2025, the DOT fined JetBlue for $2 million. They found that JetBlue operated 4 chronically delayed flights at least 145 times. On January 15th, 2025, this time the DOT sued Southwest Airlines for once again chronically delayed flights between April 2022 and August 2022. The DOT wanted maximum civil penalties, but the Trump administration dropped the case. Frontier also got hit with a $650,000 fine, once again for unrealistic scheduling. But then came the biggest fine by the DOT ever. Test time. Pause the video. Answer this in your mind. How much do you think they got sued for? Take a guess right now. Let's see how close you actually were. See, the Southwest Airlines canceled 16,900 flights, leaving over 2 million passengers completely stranded in the December 2022 holiday storm. The DOT fined them $140 million upfront and over $600 million in customer reimbursements, which totaled above $750 million. But why does this all even happen? Well, it comes down to a little minor flaw in the engines. More so the A320neos and the A220 families. See, contamination in powder metal engine parts creates these tiny microscopic cracks which can expand in stress. And this raises the risk of literal engine failure. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is servicing it does not take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months. It takes 250 to 300 days. It's basically almost a year. And let's not even get started on how expensive it can get. The total repair costs to airlines from this one issue are estimated to be up to $7 billion. Jesus. At its peak, this flaw grounded over 800 aircrafts globally. But that still begs the question, when this issue is existent, why did the airline still sell the tickets? Well, money. They simply lose too much money not booking flights. So they just lie and take the risk. But what can this teach us? What can this teach businesses? Well, seeing that the complaints are growing multiples more than the customer bases, it teaches us one thing. If it's easy to fulfill, it's hard to sell. If it's hard to fulfill, it's easy to sell. It's easy for these airlines to sell these tickets because it's hard for them to maintain and fulfill the promise of delivering these flights. But if they make promises that are easy to fulfill, delayed flights, the sales are going to tank. So you have to find the outermost limit of the hardest, the craziest, the wildest promise you can sell with your business then you have to fulfill it. And that's when the actual money, that's when the actual progress as a business comes in, when you're willing to make the promises others, your competitors, are too afraid to even consider, and then you actually deliver on them. But how do you actually even do that? Well, you have to recreate your whole brand's customer journey with a high ROI perspective. I'll do that for you. Shoot me a message on my LinkedIn or my email and I'll break down the hard to fulfill, easy to sell approach for your very brand in a custom short video. But only if you're actually willing to go the extra mile and fulfill these harder promises with your business. Shoot me that message. Watch this video next. I love you very much. We'll talk next Thursday. Thank you.